There is a certain type of person who says, "It's fine, I don't care." But if you look closely at the silence after the sentence, the tiny breath they take, the way their eyes shift, you'll realize something. They care more than anyone else in the room. They've just learned the hard way not to show it. These people walk through life like they're made of calm stone, unbothered, unaffected, and emotionally bulletproof. But beneath that tough, emotionless exterior lies a mind trained by pain, a heart that has been disappointed too many times, and a psychology built on self-protection, not indifference to us. So why do they pretend not to care? Because caring has cost them more than pretending ever will. Most people misunderstand them. They think this person is cold, rude, distant, or emotionless. But the truth is far deeper. These people once cared loudly, until caring loudly hurt them. This script reveals the real psychology behind them, the people who act like nothing affects them, while everything affects them deeply. People don't wake up one day and suddenly stop showing. Emotion at IT is always a response to something. For many, the first wound happened early. Someone dismissed their feelings, someone laughed at their softness, someone used their emotions against them, someone called them too sensitive, or someone betrayed their trust when they finally opened up. This creates a powerful psychological shift. If showing feelings brings pain, then hiding feelings must bring safety. So they build a wall, not to keep the world out, but to protect what's left of themselves. Whenever they say, "I don't care," they are actually saying, "I don't want to get hurt again. I don't feel safe showing this. I care too much, and it scares me. I don't want you to know that you can affect me." It's not apathy, it's armor. Psychologists call this behavior emotional masking or defensive detachment. IT works like a shield. Heavy check mark, they act unbothered to avoid vulnerability. They think, if nobody knows what matters to me, nobody can use it against me. Heavy check mark, they detach to stay in control. The less they react, the safer they feel. Heavy check mark, they hide their compassion. They care deeply but show it quietly, through actions, not words. Heavy check mark, they avoid conflict by appearing indifferent. It's easier to say it's cool than to explain why it actually hurt. Heavy check mark, they fear looking weak, not because they are weak, but because someone once made them feel weak. Psychologically, they develop a pattern. Care secretly, feel deeply, hide everything. On the outside, calm, silent, untouched. On the inside, storm, overthinking, fear of being misunderstood. People who pretend not to care often repeat the same phrases. "I don't need anyone. It is what it is. I'm used to it. It doesn't matter." But these are not truths. These are survival statements. Their real internal dialogue is, "I care, but caring has consequences. I'm tired of showing feelings to people who don't deserve them. I don't want to be disappointed again. I don't want to look desperate or foolish." They're not emotionless, they're selectively emotional. They have reached a point where they won't invest unless they see genuine safety, effort, and loyalty. And that's not coldness. That's wisdom born from scars. These people are misunderstood, but they have superpowers. Heavy check mark, they don't overreact because they've trained themselves to stay calm. Heavy check mark, they make decisions logically. Emotion rarely clouds their judgment. Heavy check mark, they're difficult to manipulate. You can't control someone who doesn't show what they feel. Heavy check mark, they think before they speak. Their silence is intentional, not empty. Heavy check mark, they don't beg for attention or approval. Their self-worth no longer depends on external validation. Ironically, the people who don't care often care in the purest way, without needing applause or recognition. This type of person is like a locked room with one key. Only a few people earn access. Only a few people get to see their true emotions. Only a few people get to hear the softness in their voice. Everyone else, they stay neutral, distant, or unreadable. Why? Because trust is sacred. Because intimacy is dangerous. Because loyalty is rare. They choose who deserves to see the real them, and that is not coldness. That is emotional intelligence. Even when they pretend not to care, they watch, they notice, they think, they worry, they hope, they analyze, they replay conversations, they blame themselves. They protect everyone but themselves. You'll see it in small things. They ask, "Did you get home safe?" but make it sound casual. They buy a gift but say, "I saw this and thought of you, no big deal." They care from the shadows because the light feels too dangerous. Their love is quiet and loud at the same time. Deep down, they want to express love, pain, fear, hope, excitement, but something inside them whispers, don't, they might hurt you. So they remain half-closed, half-protected, half-revealed. If someone ever earns their trust fully, they will see a version of this person that the world has never seen. Gentle, loyal, affectionate, a protective, devoted, pan, beautifully emotional. Because the truth is simple, ***, they never stopped caring. They just stopped showing it to the wrong people. ***.